Okay, let's see. Come on in, come on in. Hit the thumbs up button for me on your way in if you could. I would really appreciate that. And say hi. I promise I don't bite. Unless provoked, but, you know. Hi, pussycat. I am still going through and putting away a million bottles of polish, but tonight I'm going to swatch some regular nail polish colors for some of the stuff that I want to do throughout the week. And I've got some nails that I'm going to use it up for, and I'm going to show you guys a kind of a cool way to do your own little easy breezy way to do nail art just to practice. Let's see. Shake these up now so that they don't. And then I'll be trying to clean the rest of this up, all this filing and glitter and everything else that's flung everywhere. And I'm going to be using real polish for this because I've got some really cool colors that I don't use that often anymore because I really like the gel, how fast it dries. But, so, yeah, everybody come on in. Give me just a second to see if anybody else comes in, and then I'll start talking. Hit the thumbs up. It's kind of a cool color, really dark plum. So I'll get started. While I get all this stuff prepped for the swatching, I just want to explain something. On my website, which I will pin, and like I said, always, there's never any pressure to buy. If you can't afford it, don't want it, just want to come in and talk, just want to come in and learn new nail techniques, etc. My website is my nail business. It's how I make money. It's how I pay my bills. I decided to come to YouTube and to make a page because I thought it'd be really cool if I could interact with some of the people that buy from me, if I could make it more of a kind of a salon experience, but with home prices kind of a thing. And so this year, after really trying hard to plan this, I decided that I was going to do this. I was just selling this stuff at like farmers markets and stuff like that. But I decided to really get serious about it because I've got two boys. They're getting older. They're getting more expensive. Everything's getting more expensive, you know. And so I went through a company. I designed a website because I also know I want everyone to be able to feel secure and safe if they do shop from me, that I'm not going to get your credit card information, because as we can see all over on this play, on here, on everywhere, there's lots of scammers. So I started my website, and when I started adding products, I went around and I went and checked a million websites. And I checked to see what they were charging for certain things, for blingy nails, for nails that had multiple colors, for nails, and what size their sets were. And I don't do drawing artists, I'm nail artist. So I based all of my prices on. Now, let me say too, I'm saying this because, and I will never say any names. I don't even know if the person's ever in here or not, but, oh, no worries. No worries. The only dumb question is the question you don't ask. That's what I was always taught. So, I had someone get a hold of me about a custom set of nails, and this set was beautiful. They were extra long stilettos. It was like an emerald green theme, and in the center had that kind of white cat eye, and then it had like a green cat eye gel over top of it, and then little jewels placed here and there. It was gorgeous. And so I quoted the person for a regular set that's multiple sizes, which you get 14 to 16 nails in this set plus an application kit. And so I charged her $35 for that. For custom, and this is how my custom works. Those are a 10-piece set. And this particular one, because of the amounts of polish, jewels, things like that, I was going to charge her $30. And it for a custom size set. But I was going to take the $5 that I charged for the custom size off of that, because it was a first-time purchase, for $25. So free shipping, nails with all those elements, and an application kit for $25. I didn't think that was really that expensive. But she told me she declined and said that it was way too expensive. So I just wanted to, I'm not complaining about that. I understand. You know, some people can afford certain things and some people can't. And I get that. Everybody has a budget. But I just wanted to explain why my certain things, how I came about figuring out what my costs were. So for those particular nails, a set of 12 nails costs me $2, okay? And I have my website that's pinned above. It shows on my homepage, you can scroll through some of my creations. But I also have on here shorts and also some pre-recorded videos and live videos that show how-tos on how I do some of my nail creations. But on the website, on the homepage, you can scroll down and it shows most of my things. Or you can go in through categories and see those too. But so the nails themselves, the base costs like $2. Each coat of polish. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for asking. Each coat of polish, you know, the typical gel polish that's a regular, like this bottle of polish. Now, mind you, also, I'm licensed. So I get this bottle of polish way cheaper than any of you guys get it. $15.99 my cost for a 0.25 fluid ounce bottle of polish, okay? So, and of course it doesn't take an entire bottle to do a set, but it takes a portion of it. And then you count that where when you're doing one of those effects, you're putting on layers and layers and layers. So I would need a black. I would then need a white, and I would have to ombre that into the center, that white kind of, it kind of reminds me of like a moonbeam. It accentuates the cat eye look when you do that. Do that, then a coat of the green cat eye gel, the see-through gel, use the magnet on it, cure that, top coat, cure that, 4 to 6 jewels on each nail, glued, then sealed, top coated, buffed, filed, all of that. Okay. Now on a regular set of nails, the ones that are non-size specific, that's 14 to 16 nails that I'm doing that on. Okay. And then you add in the box, which oops, I'll show you an example of some of the boxes that I have. So, like for some of my Christmas design boxes, I've got this little cutie. It's got a to and a from in it, all of that. For my regular sets of nails, they come in boxes like this, jewelry boxes. So if you are giving these as a gift, or even if you are saving them yourself, if you reuse your nails, you've got these are sturdy boxes. And I buy them in bulk, so I get these for about $1 a piece. These cute ones, I go to the dollar store, I get them for $1.25 a piece, because apparently the dollar store is no longer the dollar store. I try to find stuff like that so that if you've got a special occasion, if you want something special, you do that. So you add that on. So between the polish, the jewels, and the clear coat, we've got about $15 there. $2 for the nails. So there's like $17. $18 for the box. And then I have to wrap it and I have to ship it. And I offer free shipping right now because I'm trying to introduce my business, and I would rather not make a huge profit and be able to get myself out to people versus make $1 million. What my goals are to create a really strong business by doing something that I love doing and enjoying it, but I still do need to make a little bit of money. So by the time we're done, it's cost me $18 without shipping for this set of nails that I'm charging $25 for, or $30 for, or $35, whatever it may be, depending on the difficulty. Thank you very much. I thought so too. I really did do the research. I went around to different websites. There were some people that I thought were way, way overboard on their prices. And I saw other people that I thought really could charge a little bit more because I knew what this cost and I knew the time. And now I've got this price and I'm still not even charging myself an hourly wage for doing this. Because again, your business, especially in the first couple years, that's what it's about. It's about networking, meeting people, and getting people to trust you, and getting people to know you, and know that when they're buying from you, they're buying quality. And if there's an issue, you'll handle it. And you know, I've said before, I did hair for almost 30 years. I had a really good clientele. And the reason why I had a really good clientele is because I was a good businesswoman. I was honest. I didn't overcharge. I tried to be affordable for the average person's budget, but still be able to put food on the table. And that's what I'm still doing with this. So that's just what I wanted to say. I really do pride myself in having pretty competitive and reasonable prices. And like I said, there is never any pressure. I will never not welcome someone here or think anything about them because they cannot afford something. I totally get that. But my prices, I believe, are really good and fair. And so I want that to be known. And I wanted to explain why, what goes into that. Because I don't think it's anything personal, and I'm not mad about it. I think that a lot of people just don't even realize what goes into the cost of everything and the time. The time too. So, nobody wants to go to work and not get paid, right? I mean, blah. No, thank you. So, that's a pretty color. I'm having fun. I'm going through all these polishes that I've literally not seen in a million years because they were all on shelves and in boxes, and now some of them might not be good anymore. I hope that's not the case, but like this one I probably is gonna go by the wayside, but whew, now this. I think this is even bright. Yeah, this is even brighter than the pink that we used the other day. You might want to put on your sunglasses for this one. Yowza. And that's got a little, oh, that's got a little bit of iridescence in it. I'm gonna have fun with that one. But yeah, like I said, no hard feelings. I'm not upset. I don't want, if this person is watching, I don't want them to think that I'm calling them out or anything, because I swear to you, I am not. But I would rather have everybody, I'd rather educate everybody so that there's no misunderstandings. And holy cow, I was watching a girl the other day, and she did this set of nails. They were Harry Potter nails. Thank you. I'm excited too. I don't really know. So I figure I'm just gonna swatch out a bunch of colors, give myself a bunch of nails, and then just every night that I'm able to go live, just kind of feel the flow. I found a new playlist that's copyright free, supposedly. Everybody crossed their fingers and toes because the last couple they snuck in a couple songs on me, and I had to mute part of my video. And I talk a lot, but I give a lot of good information when I talk, so I'm gonna have to get another polish rack. Good. I think I have a problem. I'll post a picture to my community page later so everybody can see. Yeah, I definitely have an issue. This is... But at least it's not just like 1,000 colors of pink. At least there's some variation in here, so... I'm gonna... Anything else in here that I need to get out as of right now? All this out. Okay. The rest of those, I'm not... Oil. This Mamita polish, if you can find that on Amazon, this stuff is really good. It is literally like you just have to use a blowtorch to get it off. But I got it on Amazon, and this was like it was supposed to be like a milky white, but it was and it wasn't. It kind of looked snotty, if that's... Sorry, I know that's gross, but that's what it looked like, was snotty. So, okay. Yeah, I think we're... Oh, wait. I do want that, because I'm not doing gel. Another brand that's nice, the C&D Vinylux. This is, the top coat's supposed to have kind of like a little bit of vinyl in it, so it's a little bit flexible, so it doesn't break or crack. And I like it on my toenails. I mean, toenail polish stays on forever anyway, but, when you use gel, you know, it hardens them, and you whack it on something, and it hurts. But using that Vinylux, your nail is still, ouch, still flexible. Okay, we're gonna remove this. Don't need these. I need to invest in is one of those little tiny car vacuums. Saw that. All that black polish from the nail drill, my computer monitor has that leg that sticks way out, and a pain in the butt to... Okay. By the way, literally the best Tuscan lavender and jasmine, the best Clorox cleanup wipes scent and Lysol scent ever invented. Swear to God. Hello, Miss Molly. What's up? What's up? I know, right? Fake it. Fake it till you make it. No, you gotta try these. Oh my God, they smell so good. That's what my life has become. Testing Clorox cleanup wipe scents. Oh, he is long asleep. He's my good sleeper. He goes to bed at usually between 8 and 9, depending on what's going on. And he had to sing a little song. And then he went sleepy. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Ugh, sorry, I'm still getting over this cold. I still gotta clean my kitchen from dinner tonight. Ugh. That's why I hate cooking. I like to cook. I hate cleaning up afterwards. Now, what I'm going to do for my swatch, I'm going to take these little orange wood sticks and break them in half, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with them. Well, and I made some really good chicken tonight, though. Ouch. I took it and I tossed it in olive oil and added cumin, smoked paprika, garlic, salt, pepper, and I think that was it. And then just tossed it around and put it in the air fryer at 400 for like 10 minutes. Oh my gosh. We just put it in like some tortillas with veggies. Oh, they were so good. It's like, I think it's some kind of like smoked pepper. I think. I'm not sure. I know you have to have it in chilies and tacos or it doesn't taste the same. That's what my mom always said, so. Then I cut up. It was funny because you said earlier you were going to be making you were just going to be eating chicken. And I'm like, yeah, I made a bunch so that I can just cut it up and throw it on salads or anything like that. Right? I know, that's what's funny, right? Well, but she grew up in Texas. So she grew up like near like Gulf of Mexico. So they were more like the style that she learned, I guess, would be more, what would they call it? Tex-Mex, maybe. So it's not really like, ooh, lemon chicken. I haven't made that in forever. Forever. Yeah, she was a, yeah, exactly. She was a Dow kid. So my grandfather was a chemist, so they moved all over the place growing up. But that was one of her main stomping grounds. There and, yeah, it's like you gotta use it. See, It's so funny. Like the food tastes that I like are purely because I had when I growing up, like my friends were so diverse. I had one of my best friends was Mexican, and you walked in on the weekend, his mom was making menudo and making homemade tortillas, and then one of my other good friends, their family was Italian, and her mom was making. She always had the pasta sauce going, and chicken cutlets and roast chicken. And now I'm just putting a little bit of this glue down, and I'm going to set that orange wood stick right down. I'm using these tips because I don't really use tips anymore. So I figured what a great way to get rid of them and still be able to show some nail art. So no, I am German. I'm half German, and then I'm a quarter Irish and a quarter Bulgarian. My great grandfather was a tailor in Chicago in the 20s. I would have loved to get a hold of those books. He supposedly made suits for some important people, if you get my drift. There. But this is a great way to swatch out your nail polish colors. And then what you can do when you're done, stick them in a little jar so you know what stuff looks like on the nail. Because a lot of times the bottle doesn't do it any justice. I gotta get the stuff. I have not had luck for the chrome nails yet. Um, Beatles has got this new chrome polish out that I want to check out and see. I don't know if it's out yet. It might be out today because I think it was like a Valentine's Day thing. Yeah, that's what it's like. It's like it literally looks like it's made out of metal when they dry. I forgot. Give these a little push because remember this glue dries with pressure. Um, I've got some really cool chrome powder, but I haven't found the right polish to get it to stick right. It buffs out like really clear and mirrory in the center, and then the edges get all goopy. So, and you've got to use a black underneath that when you do it. Oh, come on. There. That's easier. But this is also just a great way to practice techniques and not screw up your own nails. Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of that stuff is AI. I have people send me pictures all the time asking me, is this real? Is this not? And well, and that's it. When I started doing hair, I don't know if you guys remember, but they started doing the um oh yeah, well, and even like we used to have stuff that we would put in like bride's hair and stuff for reflection in photos. And you didn't do it everywhere, but that's kind of similar. But when I was starting to do hair was when they were just coming out with, remember they started it at JC Penney's, when you could go in and they would put your face in the computer and put a haircut on you, and everybody expected themselves to look exactly like that haircut in the computer. But your makeup, when you go to those shows and you take those pictures, it's like when I've told you, you look better than the celebrities, like it's no joke. You look flawless. That makeup is flawless. And um they're not getting makeup done probably when they're going, and you already have the skill yourself to do that kind of Hollywood makeup. What's a better fight to start? Yeah, I got some really bad haircuts because of that stupid program, okay? Let me tell you. The Dorothy Hamill, does anyone remember that? Ugh. Oh my gosh, I thought I was so cool in my Dorothy Hamill with my wedge Dr. Scholl's walking around like oh, oh man. Oh, there's so much stuff you can do. Now I'm gonna let these dry for a minute. I better close my glue up. I do this all the time. That's the thing. This is the glue that I always rave about because I just absolutely love it. But and it's no clog, but you have to close it up. So as long as the operator isn't acting like a dizzy person like me, then it's no clog. Okay. Oh, whoops. Let's see. Trying to find. Hold, please. Okay. And you want to try, I recommend putting these on wax paper. When I first did these, when I first tried this, because I have a jar in the other room that's full of, when I first started doing nail art, just stuff that I tried. I'll have to show them off one day. Some of them are really cool. Some of them, I'll laugh at them with you, but you know, some ideas work, some not so much, so. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give these a clear coat. Yep, exactly. So we're just going to use these to show some technique, so I'm not wasting all my nails that I'm going to do full sets on, but we can still get the colors and the general ideas, but and this is just that Beauty Secrets pink base coat. And what this does is it helps, if you're using this on your natural nails, it helps seal your nail and keep down the staining, because some polishes can really stain. But it also kind of makes, it gives the nail like a little bit of a stickiness so that the other polish will stick. Although when I'm painting over acrylic, I don't use a base coat. Just because if it does stain, it's going to be buffed off the next fill anyway, so why waste products that you don't have to? Yeah. Learn from me and use wax paper when you do this. That's what I should do. I should do a gag where I should go through my videos and clip all my own boo-boos. You can't laugh at yourself, you know? Now tomorrow, well, it depends on what's going on tomorrow. I have to go, at some point I have to work on my son's IEP with his counselors. and it's a big one. It's He's 16, and so they completely reevaluated him for new services and supports, etc. Um, he was really nervous. He's really smart and he wants to go to college, but he'll have to go somewhere where he can have supports like he does in high school and things like that. But he was really worried about passing these evaluations. I told him, like, there's no pass or fail. It's just evaluating to see where you're at and what they need to do. But he wants to make sure. He said, I want to make sure if I can get a scholarship, if I can get, so that could make the difference between me getting in somewhere. I thought, oh, yeah, I thought that too. I thought, you sweetie, oh gosh, I'm so lucky. He really spoiled me. He is, oh, I got his progress report on Friday, and it said he's getting an A in algebra, and I literally almost hit the floor. I thought, oh, he is not my child. He's not my child. I'm so lucky. He's so smart. Now, his little brother, yeah, he's probably going to be a drummer. But they say two kids can grow up in the same house and be completely different, and that's definitely the truth in our house. And my oldest that worries about grades and worries about making sure he makes everybody happy, yada yada. And then my little one is jumping off the back of the couch and shredding my comforter because somehow he found the one pair of scissors that wasn't locked up like Fort Knox in this entire house. And we've been looking for these scissors forever, mind you. Okay, so, but of course he found them. By the way, just to put it out there, it was not on my watch. I just want that to be known, but so just saying. Now I'm hoping this is still good. I might have to add a little bit of acetone to it because I don't think that they make this. It's called Good Luck's Charm. It is like, oh, fantabulous iridescent color. So, but first I'm going to do this guy. Hey, Tuck Girl, what's up? Hey, did you see? I took your suggestion. I did the glitter line. I did the black and the white. Oh, already messed them up. Already got polish on them. But, so great suggestion, lady. I love them. It's just enough color that it won't make me passed out. It won't make me pass out. That. Oh my gosh. Last night's live was blah. I'd not had a Blad one like that in a while. I had hardly any views, but there was some like drama popping off in one of the sectors of YouTube, and I share some of my subs with there, so it was like the desert out here. But I figured, well, people can catch me on the replay. I'll do my thing. And now this color I'm going to use, this is called A Waltz in the Park. It is kind of a gray, what it looks like here. Let me turn on the other light. That seemed to help last night. It looks kind of gray on camera, but it's actually like a barely purple violet kind of. Thank you. I'm glad you like them. Yeah, I like them too. It's just enough color, just enough funk for me without like overloading my ADHD circuit board. Like breaking news always tells me we're neurospicy. That term just sounds better to me. I don't know if you can kind of tell a little bit more. It's just kind of like a, it's even paler than that violet that I normally wear. It's, oh, I was tired last night. Said I wasn't on for real long, and I got done, and I watched a couple of things real quick. And actually, I think I'm going to do this on two nails because I'm going to use this. I want to use this and that over top of them. Over top of that color. But yeah, I was just, I don't know. I don't know what it's like where you're at, but it is so cold here. It's been below zero for weeks, and I swear to you, January felt like it was 157 days long. It just, I live in Michigan, and so it gets so just dark and cold, and I just want some sun. Like, I just want a sunny day. I want to smell all that, everything melting, and that's cool though. It was for a good cause, so like I said, I'm not ever gonna feel a certain way just because because people can't make it in here every night. I promise I will not. I will not get huffy. Oh, it really is. And I've been trying to. Oh, okay. This one's done for. I'm not even gonna try. That's like tar. Oh, oh, poor baby. That's one of my Morgan Taylor ones too. It is pretty. It's under the stars, but no, I went and got vitamin D3. I went and got us all vitamin gummies, and having us take extra of that and make sure we're taking our vitamins because that helps. And um, oh, I bet, yeah, I bet. Um, but yeah, it's just that seasonal depression disorder is real. It's just blah. And on days where we have had like a little bit of afternoon sun, oh man, I'm like running at that window trying to. I'll grab my little guy if it's during the day. We get in the car and we go run to McDonald's to go get something to drink, just to get a little bit of sun on our faces. And I can tell the difference in my boys. They start getting real, now mind you, we've all been sick too. I mean, I know that, but they start getting these dark circles under their eyes and they just don't look good. Their coloring doesn't look good. Give them a couple sunny days and they're back to pink cheeks. And well, I can handle just about anything. I can handle. I love fall, I love spring, and I do like most of summer. As long as my air conditioning is working, because I have naturally curly hair. And I'm almost 50, so I need air conditioning, but oh, there we go. But I like being able to go outside at night and just sit and enjoy. I really and truly love where I live. And I mean, I don't live in a mansion or any fancy dancy place or anything like that, but the little town that I live in is one of those ones that pretty much everything's closed by 8, 9 o'clock in town, except for a couple of restaurants. And it's just nice, to be able to sit and hear the crickets, but still be close enough if you want to go run and grab sweet tea from McDonald's or something at 11 o'clock at night, you can, you know, and it's safe and it's. Oh, that's horrible. Will they let you do like window air conditioners? I'd have to. Oh, I will say I am spoiled in that effect is that I have always, my entire life, I've always lived somewhere where there was air conditioning. If it wasn't central air, there was at least window units, you know, and my first apartment was on the third floor of a bunch of businesses. And so at night, you know, they'd turn their air off. Well, all that hot air would just rise all the way up to that third floor. And I finally went and got air conditioning. It was only a 2-room apartment, but one for both rooms. And oh my gosh, I couldn't handle it. But I felt bad for the people that had to walk to the shops underneath because on the really humid days here, my air conditioner's just pouring out water down on the sidewalk below. But I didn't care. I couldn't handle it. So, okay, and I'm going to go and do a second coat of this. And I do have an idea for the white one. Just got to go through. I've got 2 phones, and one of them has a million nail pictures on it from last year, even of stuff that I wanted to try. So I'm going to try and get some of those, do those and get them out of my phone so I have room for new ones. If I forget about them until I scroll down and find them, there's, you know, this polish is about at its end. Oh, man. Oh, so you can't even open up the window. Ugh. Oh, I feel so bad for you, honey. I could not. In fact, when my oldest son was young, he was in scouts, and I was one of the scout mom leaders, and so the dads did like all the. Well, I learned how to tie knots, stuff like that, because when he first started, I was a single mom, so it was just me here teaching how to make fires and do knots and stuff like that. But we one time went on a field trip, which it was really cool. It was an overnight trip in Muskegon, which is on the other side of the state. There is a it's an old decommissioned World War II submarine, and it's dry docked, and you can book tours on it, but you can also with groups stay the night on this. And so the boys all decided that they wanted to stay in the bombardier compartment, which if you've ever seen like a submarine, it was all these there were all these like these launching tunnels, but then they had racks like right above it. So these men were literally sleeping on top of bombs. I mean, it was so scary. Like, you think, oh my gosh, that's brave, okay? Well, all the parents decided we were going to go into the officers' quarters. And the officers' quarters are actually individual rooms that you can, there's no doors, it's just a curtain. But still, a little bit more privacy. Oh my gosh. I ended up getting up in the middle of the night and going out and sleeping in my car because it was so hot in there. And there was absolutely no movement because the officers' quarters were in the center of the submarine. I'm telling you, I wanted to sleep out in those bunks so bad, but the female leaders, of course we couldn't stay anywhere near the boys at night, but I ended up getting up and going out to my car and sleeping because I could not handle it. And the security guard ended up coming out and checking on me, make sure, because I guess in that area, it's not a gray area. He wanted to make sure I hadn't, I assume he wanted to make sure I hadn't, OD'd or anything like that. Make sure I wasn't, getting ready to rob the place or anything. But, now this is another color that I love, and I don't know, it was like a tribute color that they did for different, I believe it was singers and stuff, because this one is called I Want to Dance with Somebody. And it's the I Want to Dance with Somebody line, but it's Record Breaker is this one. And it is the prettiest. It's like a charcoaly black polish with, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of gold, but kind of maybe a bronze color, kind of glitter and sparkle in there. And I think it's going to be really pretty, just a nice, classy color. Oh, heck yeah. Well, you have to have treats. You have to. I'm going to let these dry for just a second more before I'm going to use this. This is that Out the Door top coat. It's got, I've got to do the white one more time too, but it's got that blue tint to it because that helps when you're, again, this is all just regular polish, not UV polish, but that blue tint helps with the white from yellowing. Okay, this guy's going to go back behind there because I want to put that's definitely a thicker one. But remember, we don't want to use a fan because that'll give bubbles. We don't want bubbles. But you're going to do that. And then, because I've got a plan for this one. And I'm going to go through. I've got a plan for one of these. Possibly two. But I'm going through all this stuff and I keep finding all this stuff in my little drawers and everything, so. Oh, that's awesome. I've got some of those silk. I need to dig them out. I have some cute ones. I have ones that are all little skeleton pieces for Halloween. What I want to get for my, I don't have a Stanley cup, but it's the size of a Stanley cup. It cost me $20 at Walmart. And I love it because it's actually got a handle that lifts up on top of it so I can carry it like a purse almost. But they have ice. They're like ice rings or whatever that you can put in there that fit. So your liquid can still go in, but the ice won't melt as fast because it's one big chunk instead of a bunch of little pieces. And then what other ones do I have? I had a Minecraft one somewhere. Oh, yeah. Well, and those sometimes, I've got some that no matter, I mean, I'm in there you put just a teensy bit too much water in that thing and you cannot get the ice cracked out of it. Yeah, it's like, yep, exactly. And it pours in and then it doesn't melt as fast. But I'll tell you, and I don't know what the Stanley ones are like, but I got this one at Walmart. It's got the big handle on it. It's pretty much this purple color. I love it. It's got the flip up handle that you can hold. Um, but I can fill that thing up with like gas station ice, and literally the next morning there is still ice in my cup when I wake up in the morning. I mean, it's like I love that thing. Um I probably should go back and buy a couple more before they start realizing that they're good and start making them cheap so that so that you have to buy new ones. And there was something, and I don't know if this is true again because I've never had a Stanley, but there was something with the way the rubber rings were on top. They were getting moldy and it was too hard to clean. This one, the rubber ring just flips right off of it. Just scrub it, or it's dishwasher safe. Stick it in the dishwasher. Same with the straw, and you're good to go. So, come on, dry. Oh, see, and I forgot again. I got a yakety yakking. This is just Nina Ultra Pro, right? Ultra Pro white. And I always end up doing this way too thick. Try and smooth it out. But what I will do is, like I did before, after these dry, I am going to put this top coat on it. But before we do our nail art, I'll probably do a coat of clear gel just to give it an even smoother top on it. So we have the best surface possible that we can. Plus, I'm going to be using gems and stuff, and the glue, is the UV glue. So, want to make sure that that's got a nice sturdy gel base to stick on, because I don't know. I've never tried to use that glue just on top of regular polish, so better safe than sorry. Okay. Now let's hope this one. Me too, girl. Me too. Here. Oh, I love this. It's a little sticky, but I think it'll be okay for what I'm using it for. I definitely couldn't do a whole set with this color, but give me inspiration to find another color similar to it. I was talking about beetles earlier. I also want to check out that brand. Oh, it's called, is it Halo Taco? They have got some awesome iridescence and glitters. Just a little bit more. There we go. Yes, now that is some nail ASMR for me. I love watching all those when she does the swatching. It like just calms me. Oh, I was talking earlier about that girl that I saw that did these. They were Harry Potter themed nails, and they were absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I like jaw dropping. And she said it took her 48 hours to paint them. And I mean, of course, not all in one shot, but she said she would work like 6 to 8 hours a day. And, people think, oh, 48 hours, that's not that long. A work week is 40 hours. A full time work week is 40 hours. And, oh, and see what happens? See what happens? I start talking smack. But, um, and so she spent over a full week's work of just painting this one set of nails. And um it was the Great Hall, and she had some of the characters like on the nails too. And it wasn't just flatly painted on there. I mean, you could see like here was like it was a whole like skyline, a whole storyline. I'm gonna have to find her. She was on Facebook, but I'm gonna have to find her. Um, and if I do, I'll try and share the reel on my community page. I think you can do that with as long as I use the link. Um, but it was $1,000 for the set of nails. I mean, and I get it. I get it. Because it was literally her just sitting there with teeny tiny brushes, just doing it was an absolute work of art. I mean, that is a real live true nail artist that can and she did another one that was now there's another girl that I see her reels on here. I don't know if she's got a page or not, but she does a lot of the aquarium nails or and she did some of this is it Winifred? I can't remember if she did all three Sanderson sisters or just Winifred with the big red hair, but it was like, well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, that would have taken me months. And I would have had to stop. I would have had to take a break. I would have had to breathe, I mean, just, it was phenomenal. She was, and what else shocked me too is, I mean, like I said, she charged $1,000 for it. And it was every bit worth $1,000 because of the time and the detail and just the artistry that she put into these. And I mean, you think, oh, nails, big deal, but these literally were works of art. But then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like, who? Because I know how I break my nails, okay? And these nails were like the triple X. They were long. I mean, because you need a lot of room to be able to put that kind of art on a surface. But who is buying $1,000? I mean, hey, rock on that she found the person that's buying $1,000 nails. It's got to be like a celebrity or something, probably, Someone that doesn't have to scrub sinks or toilets is most likely who's getting those nails. But again, hey, hustle, I have to have doing dishes and chasing children length nails right now at the moment. So. Oh, yes, what's his name? He does some stuff, though, too. Oh. Yeah, he's got that voice. He reminds me of he kind of reminds me of that guy from The Hangover. The bad guy. But did you die? That guy. His real name is Ken. Is it Ken? It's Ken something. But man, he makes it look so easy and effortless. And I mean, and I know he's not doing it live. He's, you know, he can stop and start over and stuff like that. I know. But oh my gosh. To be able to work a brush like that, I am in awe. Okay. I don't know if you can tell, but even though that polish is like white, just putting that one coat with that little tiny blue tint really crisped up that white. And it's the same concept as using like those companies that have the like the blue toothpaste or blue shampoo on blonde hair. It gets out that yellow. So that's one thing that I know some people don't like French tips, white tips, things like that, because they start to just with cleaning products, with soaps, chemicals, things like that, they can start to yellow, but this helps a little bit. And if I wore just Frenches that were, with the pure white tips, I would always, after like the first week, go over it and put another coat of my blue clear coat, just to help that polish, give it, kind of buff up the shine again. And if there's any little chips or worn areas, it'll help seal that up. But it also helps kind of crisp that white back up. Okay. Now, I'm going to let those babies dry overnight. Yeah, I know. Let me tell you, doing hair and nails, the color wheel saved my life a million times. That was something that I liked about doing hair color. Is pretty much, as long as you knew color theory, you could fix any boo-boo as long as you didn't fry someone's hair off. But if you had a color boo-boo, you could fix any mess up. And, same with this. But you could fix just about anything. Let's see. Trying to see. I've got to get my glitter shelf in here. I have. And I'm going to try and put it right next to me, just so you guys can see some of my glitter jars too. I've got a million glitters that I want to start trying to do some stuff with too. I need to get rid of all. I need to put all these away. These have got a little box, but do you think that I actually put them away? No. But again, we have lots of fun stuff. I need to find my other ones because we need to do some bumblebee nails. I've been wanting to do the bumblebee nails because I found a bunch of really cool yellows now. When I did the first set, I could not find any. I found this guy. This would be a good yellow. Plus, I've got a really cool honey color. And, oh, thank you. It is a barrette. And this sweater, I love it, but it rolls and it rolls off of me. So yeah, I just stuck my little barrette in there to hold it closed so I didn't. Uh, oh man, it is. It is horrible to steal or to deal with and like to clean up. And oh my gosh, I had another reason why I moved my nail room was I needed more room, but I also originally just had it in a corner of our. We have a room in our basement that's like a. It's got like a bar top in it, the TV, all that, like family room kind of room. Well, it had that indoor outdoor. I call it like classroom carpeting, that real flat carpeting, and when I was moving stuff, I spilled this little dish that was literally this size. That's green paint. Don't worry, I'm not like molding out over here. But it was like filled halfway with this size with this really super, super fine iridescent glitter. I have vacuumed 1,000 times and I'm still finding little, little like, glitters. It's true. It's true. And I guarantee you, after they put everything out, the piles would still sparkle because you just have to move. You just have to move. I mean, there's no getting over it. So I said, I'm going to try next summer to rip that carpet out and put some, I want to put just some like the laminated wood flooring down there so I can just sweep and be done with it. Cause it's our movie watching room. It's our eating popcorn room, all that, and I just want it easy to clean. And so, but I said, the glitter is not allowed out of this, like, what am I? I'm at like a 8x10 area. It's not allowed out of here. So, no, 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 no. And I want to do something. I finally found it. Again, I had found it and then gotten rid of and put it away somewhere, couldn't find it. But this 5D solid pudding gel. You're supposed to be able to like sculpt with it. But I'm gonna try it. I've made raindrops with it, and I made a cinnamon roll with it. Actually, a honey bun is what I made with it. That's a long story for another day. I made nails with a jail theme to them for someone that I thought was being a jerk, and they were going to get themselves in trouble. But anywho, I digress. It was funny, and the honey buns were super cute. And then I was so mad because then I go and I look after I sat there with my little brush and my little alcohol, and I made all the little swirls and the little icing and all that. I look, and here are these little twisty buns in here. I could have just, but you know what? I learned a new task that day, right? Right. I mean, but I want to do so much in here. I had someone the other day ask me about cat nails, and I've got I found these really cute little kitty charms and some little paws and stuff like that. Oh, honey buns do not last any time in this house. I have 2 boys, and my fiance is a truck driver, so if there's a box of honey, I usually have to buy 2 boxes because he just takes one whole box with him to work in the car, and then because they're easy to eat in the truck, and my boys. Oh, my oldest the other day. Yes, there he is. See, honey buns. It's like Beetlejuice. I just say honey buns and he shows up. Hello, driver. But no, my oldest. So now he has special needs. He's autistic, but no, he's still a teenager. and he's still a growing boy. And the other night, like I said, at night it's just us for dinner because driver's out on the road. And so I asked them, what do they want for dinner? They wanted waffles. And I had bought a box of those. They're called cinnamon French toast waffles. And they look like four little pieces of toast, and it's a square. There is, I think, 10 in a box. Yeah, there's 10 in a box. 5 on the top, 5 on the bottom. I made my little guy 2 of them. And my oldest then went in and made his own waffles. And I kept seeing him getting up and going into the kitchen. And I just ate a salad that night. I had some leftover salad from somewhere where we'd gone out to dinner. And it was a couple nights later, he says to me, well, can we have waffles again tonight? It was like that was like Friday night. And I'm like, yeah. And so I went in the freezer and I realized that I couldn't find the cinnamon waffles. So I thought maybe Driver had some or whatever. But I had a box of chocolate chip ones. So I make that. He eats them. Asked him, I'm like, how was dinner? He's like, He said, listen, he goes, I really would prefer if you would just keep cinnamon waffles in the house. And I said, well, we had a whole box and now I can't find them. And he's like, well, yeah, I ate what was left in those boxes, in that box. That kid ate 8 waffles for dinner that night, and I didn't even realize it. He just kept sneaking back into the kitchen and making them. And then gets attitude with me because we're out of waffles. Like, oh, I mean, I know it's not that much money for waffles, but good grief. Like, that's a lot of waffles, okay? So that's going to be my life, is keeping these boys in stock with waffles. I'm going to do one more clear coat on these. Oh, man, I'm telling you. Plus, he ate a banana. He had 5 strawberries that were about as big as my fist. And then ate... What did he have? He had, like, an ice cream sandwich and, like, 4 Oreos, too. I'm like, good grief. And he is still... He's 32 in jeans. Like, I do not know how. I walk by our pantry, and if I just look at the sweet shelf, my pants get tight. Like, I don't understand how he stays so slim, and I'm not sure. It would depend on the website, at the very bottom of the homepage, there is a contact me. You can contact me and give me like a general idea, or give me your address, whatever you're comfortable with. I don't share or sell any of the contact information that I get from anybody. It's just for my own shipping, all that. But I believe it really is just, I let me know and I can find out what the cost is. Because it is overseas and things like that, is quite a bit more shipping. Although I believe it's actually, like, I know Canada is automatic. It's like $50. But we're hooked to them. I mean, and of all places, I mean, we're kind of like Southern Canada, it shouldn't be that much. But yeah, if you want, go ahead and go into that. That goes right to my email. And I try to check it a few times a day during business hours, which my time, Eastern Standard Time, 9 to 5. And I can find out what the cost is and let you know from my area. Okay, as long as it's for shipping, continental United States is free. The other states said I'd have to see and just make sure. Because I know like Alaska, things like that are a little bit extra. But yeah, let me know, and but yeah, I'll ship it. Said I'm trying to get my business off the ground and get people interested in my stuff, so it shouldn't be a problem at all. It should still fit within my free shipping. Sounds great. I look forward to hearing from you. Oh yeah, that second coat. That second coat makes it look nice. As my friend the other day said, your nails are plastic. Well, yes, that's what we want them to look like. We want them to look like perfect, right? So I guess that means they're perfect. Because plastic stuff is molded in a factory and it has no blemishes, no anything. So I'm just going to pretend like she was complimenting me. And the funny thing is I was totally nosy and I totally did, yes, and I totally did look up. It was with an R, Estrella. Because I screenshotted it and I got nosy later that day and I went and looked it up. And there's like 1,000 girls that do nails by the name of Estrella. And I doubt any of them were that person. So honestly, it was probably like a 12-year-old boy who was like bored and his mom didn't know he was on the phone. I mean, that's what I assume most of the trolls are. Or past a certain time of night, especially on the weekends, it could be liquid courage, you know? I mean, I think if any of you were here a couple lives ago when I was telling my story about how I used to be an RPG girl gamer, and I started learning. I was an admin of this pretty large group, and I was real young. I was in my 20s, and I started noticing though, past about a certain time of night and certain days, that people would get like real rowdy, and their demeanor and their attitude would completely change. And it was so funny because the sweetest person in the world all of a sudden literally turns into a like a side shanking Alcatraz prisoner. Like, wow. I mean, you got this little grandmother and all of a sudden she's like talking smack. And then you realize that about 5:30 she starts drinking Jack Daniels straight on the rocks. And she's taking pain pills because she's got arthritis and bursitis. You're like, oh my gosh. But she's out there like just whoo. So I think some of it is that too. Some people get some liquid or chemical courage. And let's see. Oh, let me show these. For short sets, these are the other boxes that the nails come in. So they really are heavy duty. And again, if you're someone that likes to reuse your nails, I even have friends that just kind of buy nails because they like to have them up on their nail stuff. And it's nice and strong. It closes, it clicks, easy to store, easy to keep in like a little spot, little drawer, something like that. So, and it keeps your nails from getting dusty, from getting, one of them flinging off somewhere. Even if they stop sticking on the tabs, they'll still be safe in here. So, but yeah, I've been pretty lucky. Oh, I bet. My son even said, like being in high school, that he hates Fridays at school because everybody is so wound up because it's the weekend and it's the last day of the week and they're getting ready to go. And with his sensory disorders, it just is like, oh my gosh. So luckily, his teachers let him leave class like 5 minutes early. So he gets to get his stuff packed up and he gets his stuff packed and hustles. And like at the end of the day, thank goodness we are close to the school. So he just runs home and gets home before the buses, before the other kids are walking, all of that stuff and especially on Fridays because they're just rowdy. I mean, and I remember that. I remember being, especially like before, like you're going on vacation or something like that. Like you're just all over the place. So, um, and it's been especially rowdy lately because we have been kind of floating on all these cold weather days of whether they're going to have school the next day, whether they're not. So nobody's getting any sleep. Everybody's hyper. And everybody's ready for sunshine. We're ready for summer vacation. And oh yeah, no. I love to people watch. We sometimes go to on the other side of the state. We've got friends and family and stuff, and we'll go to concerts, and they've got like that whole area, Grand Rapids, Muskegon. They have really cool like art prize shows and things like that. And so, but one of the places that they have that is so cool is it's an outside bar, and it's like a number at Monroe Street. And it's so fun to go. And like when we go, we'll get a drink, and then we'll sit down. They've got all these picnic tables with all these heaters outside. And we'll sit there and we will just people watch. And oh my gosh, the dance floor is right there. And it is so hilarious. And last time we went, there was this guy, and he kept having the DJ play like George Michael songs and stuff like that. And he had this big fluorescent pink. He was just wearing like a hoodie and jeans, but he had found this fluorescent pink feather boa. And he was feeling himself out on that dance floor. And we were laughing because they had their drink special that night was something like, I think it was like a Jamaican punch is what it was called. So it was like a rum punch, and they were really good. And it was one of those drinks that if you drink, and I don't drink that often, so I'll go and maybe have one or two, and then I'm usually asleep in the car because I don't like feeling out of control, and I don't like being sick the next day, and I don't like being far away from home and not being about my wits when I'm around a bunch of people that I don't know too. So it's just, but anyway, they were the type of drinks that when you do drink them, they go down like nothing. Like they tasted like peach and pineapple, and that was all. But then you go to stand up and you're like, well, okay, here we are, there you are. And I noticed that he was holding one of those glasses in his hand because they look like they came in like these big like hurricane glasses. And so we knew exactly that he had, oh man, I'm telling you, he was fierce with that boa. I mean, it was so funny because the people he was with, those poor people, they kept getting smacked with it and hit in the face. And he was mixing Gundam style, Vogue, 1980s Soul Train. He had it all going on. I mean, it was but that was my entertainment for the night. I sat there, I had my drink, I had some snacks, and I had this guy to watch and like we weren't laughing at him, like making fun of him. He really was having a blast, and he wasn't being like disturbing or rude or, out of pocket. He just was having a good old time, and it was just so funny. You could feel his energy. You could feel how fun and happy he was, and it just really made our night. So I said we had gone to go see a show earlier, and I remember thinking that I had more fun sitting at Monroe Street watching that guy dance than I did at the whole show that we went. So we could have just sat there for way cheaper. And because it's called the building it's called the Bob, and it's a 3-floor building, like old, and I don't even know if it's open anymore actually, because it has a spiral staircase that goes through the center of it for you to get up to the 3 floors, because there's all these restaurants and bars on every single floor. But people have like gotten like too inebriated and fell down and like lost their lives. There was a couple Christmases ago, or like New Year's ago, parties where people were just had drank way too much and they went to go down the stairs and fell, and they're not padded, they're brick staircase. And so they had closed this place for a while because probably insurance was like, no way, Jose. Um, but like they had a really good barbecue place in there, where like a smokehouse, and they had a really good Italian restaurant where they made um the brick oven pizzas in the they slide it in, you can watch them do it, and you just walk up there and you smell it. There's another really good steak and seafood restaurant in the basement, and trying to think of the other place that was there. There was another place on the other side, but we were like, you know what, that's a little bit too young for us. We didn't want to like look like grandma and grandpa going in there trying to hang out with the youngins. So then, like I said, it was a hot summer night, so we went out on Monroe Street and sat there. And it's right across, if you've ever been around there, it's right across from Van Andel Arena. So you also get to see the concert crowd and stuff coming in and out, and you can hear some of the concerts in Van Andel when you sit out there. So, now there's another place there where there's actually a rooftop bar, and I want to find that the next time we go in the summer, because I think that would be, even if you don't drink, just to go and experience that and be out in under the stars and at the top of a like 4 or 5 floor building. I mean, I'm not going to get near the edge, but because I am scared of heights. I'm only 5 foot tall, so I like being close to the ground. But I did say next summer we'll be done with all the stuff with my mom's estate. I'll be done with just a lot of stuff that I've had to really been focusing my energy on, and we'll be able to do a lot more fun things. So, and I am excited about these. These are going to be fun. I am going to try my hardest to be on around. Oh, look what I did. I knew it was too good to be true, right? I'm going to try my hardest to be on like around a little bit after 10. I tried doing daytime lives and stuff, but it's really hard with my little guy right now until at least. Just have to redo this one real quick. So you get me for a couple more minutes. In the summertime, I'll have a little bit more flexibility because I'll have my older one who likes to make a couple bucks watching little bro while mom works. Well, I actually like that with that second coat. I like it better anyway, so. But I don't leave them alone. But when I'm right here, just watching TV shows, playing and getting snacks, he's really good at that. And his little brother thinks he is the coolest person on the face of the earth, so that also helps. I feel bad because my oldest son is from my first marriage, and my youngest is from my fiance that I've been with for he hasn't been my fiance for 13 years, but I've been with him for 13 years. And my little guy gets so sad. He doesn't understand that on the weekends, Big Brother goes to his dad's house. And he was so sad this weekend, just crying. And just thought it was so sad. And oh yeah, I definitely pay him. He is a model train enthusiast. And he was having trouble kind of understanding. Now, he's awesome at math. But money, he was having trouble understanding the concept of money. And this is about 2 years ago. And like I could send him in, say I gave him a $10 bill, send him into the pizza place for some garlic bread that's $3. He couldn't compute in his head that he was owed back $7. Things like that. Or I've got this much money. Can I afford this? Can I not? Etc. And so we thought, all right, we're going to start paying him to do little chores and stuff. And I wanted to pay him because I thought, first, if it's his money, he might have more of an interest in learning how to spend it, make sure that he's, getting what he paid for, etc. And it was also help him. But my parents never paid me for chores. Well, my dad would pay me to clean his house, but my mom, they were divorced when I was growing up, and my mom never paid me for chores or anything like that. And um, I didn't think that was fair because all my friends got allowances, and so this way, he's learning to save up his money for these model trains, and he's learning the value of money, and learning, how to work, and yeah, and he mows. Um, Now, for anyone that doesn't know, my mom passed away in September. We live in a duplex. She was on one side, and I own this side, and she owned the other side. Well, we're going through probate, trying to figure everything out right now, and so he is in charge of all the snow stuff on her side. Oh, thank you very much. All the snow removal on her side. He's going to do the yard. We're going to pay him because we'd have to pay somebody anyway. And he was doing it. He was worried when she passed away that he wasn't going to be able to do that anymore. And so we said we'd keep him doing it, but he's done that for about the past 2 years too. So and he does the garbage, and he feeds and waters the dog every night and lets her out for her from the time he gets home from school to the time. Now we're trying to work on stuff like, okay, we took the garbage out. We have bins that the city picks up and leaves with us. So I've got to get him to take the bins from the street back up to the house and to put the garbage bag back in the bin. We're working on that. And we're working on, you have to clean out the dog's dishes before you feed her because you wouldn't want to eat on a dirty plate. And oh, it's all right. It's such a, it's, ouch. It's a pain, but it'll all work out in the end. It's just one of those little life's red tape kind of things. They get you coming and going. It's just as expensive to die as it is to be born and to live. And it's really and truly just a matter of paperwork and spending money, that is just a waste to spend on what you have to spend. I mean, but it'll all be taken care of. And hopefully in the end, what I'm hoping is because, my 16-year-old while he is very independent, he still does need a lot of support. And so my hope is that after everything is taken care of, that I will be able to keep that house also, and he will have a place then when he's 18 to start his independence, to have a job, to pay rent, all of that, but to still be close enough to us that if he needs help, if he needs to be reminded to eat dinner, or reminded to wash clothes or to get oil changes, things like that, that I'll be there, give him that support, but he can still learn to be an adult. And then he can use that when he's older. If he wants to move away, buy his own place, he can sell that and use that towards a new place. So, yeah, and he'll still be comfortable. He'll still be in a place where it's familiar, but that's one of the biggest things that's so hard for him is change. And he has a bedroom over there anyway because he would stay with my mom every other week. And she took my old bedroom and turned it into, it was half an office and half his bedroom. So, it's someplace he'll be comfortable sleeping, staying, and I'll feel better knowing that he's right there, because I know boy moms are mama bears, but you add that in with being an autism mom and shoo, I can be fierce when it comes to my sons, let me tell you. But it's not something I'm ashamed of, because my son would not be where he is if I didn't have that fight in me. So, and luckily I had people that when I yelled, they listened. So, and now he's got a great support system, great people that, I mean, shoot, he's getting an A in algebra. That tells me he's got a great support system, I mean, it's just wow. So, but no, I talk a lot about purpose and what I hear people a lot, especially lately, saying that the whole world is so mad and so sad, and for a million different reasons. And a lot of people are walking around trying to find their purpose. And I promise you, we all have a purpose. Every single one of us. And I know that a big part of my purpose, and one of the reasons why I went through some of the things that I did growing up, after I grew up, in just relationships, marriage, life, the business that I chose, all of that was all just a huge, training camp. Because I was meant to be his mother. And he was meant to be my son, because he needed someone that was going to fight for him, and that was going to understand, and that was going to take the time to educate myself and learn to be an advocate. And I'm really proud of it. I know it sounds like I'm bragging, and I probably am a little bit, because one of these nights we'll have a story time, and I'll tell you our journey. It's quite mind-blowing, and through all of it, my little guy he's tougher than me, because through all of it, he still stayed, which is extra hard for him because he's neurodivergent, and his brain, it doesn't come natural to him always to have empathy, and it's not on purpose, but he has empathy, and he has a kind heart, and he fights for the underdogs, and he tells me all the time, Mom, I don't care what people think of me. I know that I'm this or I'm that, and I don't care. And I'm so glad, because I grew up being taught, oh my God, what will people think? And you know what? Who cares? Who cares what someone else thinks, right? I said it the other night, the 3 F's. If you're not feeding me, financing me, or fornicating with me, I don't care. And it took me a long time to get there. So if I can pass that on to anyone else that's younger than me, to just avoid the what will they thinks, I mean, they're going to think whatever they're going to think over there. And I'm going to be over here hustling and making my life better and using all the energy that I've got on loving my family loving my kids, having fun, trying to build my new business, planting flowers in the spring, just little stuff. And whoever's mad or doesn't like you or is judging you, like, they're wasting their lives and they're wasting their time on being negative. And, I used to be a big fan of the drama and crama community on YouTube. And lately, I really have had to, I love doing nails, but I liked watching that. And some of it's funny, when you have creators kind of roasting each other and stuff. But this last year or two, it's gotten really, I've seen such a difference in people and how they treat each other and how they talk about each other. And literally people waking up in the morning with their morning coffee, starting at 9 a.m., convulsing and judging and getting mad at somebody else that they don't know, that their life doesn't affect. And I get it. We see stuff online that we're appalled about and everything, but there's a lot of stuff you just can't do anything about. And so you've just got to do what you got to do and make yourself happy and like I said, not worry about it. And there's all these fights among creators and stuff. And I think a lot of it, if some people would just take a breath, ignore it, and walk away, it would just go away. It really is that easy. Just to walk away from negativity. And there are going to be some things in life that you cannot avoid. There's going to be some situations that are negative that you just have to get through it. But by all means, a lot of the stuff on here. Exactly. It is just attacking each other. It's not funny. It's not like, oh, girl, did you see what her hair looked like today? It's not like that anymore. I think you're right. That, yeah, being bored. Yeah, exactly. I haven't gotten that bored yet, but that stuff, and some people it doesn't, but like it affects me, like having a steady diet of that all the time. And I've seen some of these channels and some of these creators literally age themselves. The ones that cam up and talk, like, it's not worth that to me. Nothing is worth that to me. I think so too. I was talking about that with someone else the other day, and I said, I really think that COVID broke a lot of us, and we had so much time on our hands, and everybody was so stressed and so angry, and now there's still a lot of people that are homebound, and they're sad, and they're depressed, and they're, and I think some of the people that are calling out some of this stuff in other people, a lot of times, I bet you their life is just very similar to that person. So they're kind of calling out their own faults in someone else. And we don't, and everybody can be real brave behind a keyboard. That's easy. But yeah, and one of the things we were talking about is, I had hardly any subscribers until I got mad at this girl. And that's it. They're all doing the same thing to each other. All of them, and they don't see it. Maybe they do see it, but the money is just too good. I don't know. But I had always just stuck to doing my nails and my true crime. I did my little true crime cast. I'd have my little sped up nail videos. And I had this small group of girls that I was friends with, that we were, had each other's real numbers, things like that, because we actually became friends. We hadn't, some of the girls had met. I wasn't able to go on a trip where they all met, but I still, the fact that other girls that I knew had met them and kind of vetted, I knew I could trust them. But there was another girl that didn't go. Um, anyway, I'd been talking to her and some of the other girls had too for about a year and sharing stuff about our families and stuff to people that we didn't feel were being honest with us. And I found out that this girl was using an alias, and that's fine. I think anonymity online is a great idea because there are some very scary people out here. And usually it's not the ones that are loud and boisterous and yelling in your chats. Usually it's the ones that are quiet and sitting back and Googling where you live. And so anyway, I went out and I did a video about just that I had come and I found out this person lied to me about who they were. And so I cut off contact with them. And they started getting really obnoxious with me about it. And I didn't do anything wrong. I am fine with someone being anonymous, but let me know that you're being anonymous. You don't use a name that is like a normal name and go into a chat where people are using their real names, showing pictures of their homes, their kids, stuff like that, etc. And I learned my lesson, and I'm not doing that with anyone that I don't know anymore. Never, never, never. But anyway, I did this video, and the video name, and it was about I mean, people thought that I was talking about drama, and the gist of the whole video wasn't necessarily talking even about her. It was more so that just to kind of warn the people that I had on there, be careful. This girl had also been found, like, she kind of liked to go between people and talk and kind of stir up stuff. There's always somebody like that in a group. And that video has almost 7,000 views now. And the rest of my videos have like a couple hundred. I mean, so I said right there was my little experiment to know if I ever wanted to go wild with my channel, I just have to go pick on somebody, but I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to do that. I would rather stay in my own little lane, doing my nails, doing my little true crime podcast, and just stick to watching Vinnie Politan and Nancy Grace anymore. I mean, it's just, although Nancy ticks me off sometimes, but I like Vinnie. Vinnie's pretty cool. And I have a good friend that is good friends with him. So, even though I've never got to talk to him or anything before, it's that, 6 degrees of separation? So I kind of am his very best friend, even though I've never met him. So, see, that's it. You have to get up at all hours at night. You have to watch video. I mean, these people are doing 8-hour lives. I can't do that. I cannot watch an 8 or 9 hour live and pick out the parts. These clip channels, I'm telling you, I want to high five these clip channels because that is some work. They're sitting there recording these streams, finding the best parts so that you don't have to go through all this stuff, clipping them and showing them. And it's like, that takes so much time. Like, I could not. I'd fall asleep. Well, and one of the creators thereafter falls asleep all the time. I would be her. I would be knocking my head into my computer screen. I couldn't do it. But it just kind of made me sad, though, because I thought that says a lot about just the temperature of the world, that we're so bored. Some of us are just hurting so bad that we want to hurt other people. Some of us are going through so much stress and pain that we aren't hearing things the right way. And we got to somehow, some way, help each other all get out of that. I want to go back. I am of the age that when I really saw things change in the world and the way that people treated each other was 9/11. Um, and no, we don't. We don't trust each other. We don't have the same kind of compassion. And I remember for a couple of months after 9/11, everybody was so, there was just a different, people weren't scared, I think. People, I think 9/11 was one of those things that kind of, it was one of those come to Jesus moments for a lot of people that, wait a minute, we aren't completely safe and protected and covered. That these wars, these attacks may not always happen over there. And I think a lot of us from my age group had this sense of security that got kind of ripped away when that happened. And so that kind of became the start of not being able to trust people, of division among people, because we were really great to each other for a couple of weeks, couple months, and then people just started getting angry and started getting paranoid about people. And then we kind of started getting out of that, and things started getting, we had a little bit better economy. I mean, I remember we were going out every Friday or every Saturday night. We were going out for dinner and drinks. Now, granted, this was before I had my second kid, but gas was cheaper. Our bills were cheaper. We were not ever trying to figure out, okay, this is due on this day, this is due on that. We weren't rich, but we were doing just fine. And then COVID hit, and I was self-employed. So I couldn't work. I didn't have any unemployment, anything like that. No stimulus checks, anything like that, because I was self-employed. And I found out later on I probably could have, but the paperwork when you're self-employed was so obnoxious that I probably would have just given up halfway through anyway. But and all that time, and then when I came back, I was I got pregnant while we were off on COVID. I mean, again, what else we were supposed to do? There's nothing else to do. We'd already watched Tiger King, so you run out of Netflix specials and whatever. But and then I went back to work, and I had lost a lot of my clients because I had clients that were older, and even ones that made it through were afraid to go out. They didn't want to get sick. They didn't want to get colds. On my Friday, I had a couple women that were in their 90s. I had one that was 100, and I believe she was 103 when she finally passed away. But she quit coming because it was just too dangerous for her. And so, and then I had some health issues that arose, and I had to quit working, and things were just not the same after that. So that's why I started this business, because I can't go and sit in a salon for 8 hours, and I can't sit in a chair for 8 hours. But I can come here and I can do lives, and I can sit and I can do a set of nails for someone, and I might have to do like one hand in the morning, one hand at night, or 2-3 nails, and I start to have, cause I've got hairdresser nail tech hands. I've got carpal and cubital tunnel. That's from my job all those years. I have some other like spine muscle issues, and so this is a great way for me to still be able to be part of this, but again, it's just different. Things are just different among people, and I hope we can get that unity back somehow. For my kids, it's probably not going to happen in my lifetime, but I'm hoping that all of our kids are going to be aware of this and see this huge change in people and work hard to fix that. Because I think it was a couple of generations that have done this, and we have to, I'm sad for my kids. I'm sad that they have to grow up in a world where they have to be afraid, because I never had to. And granted, I lived in a very small, sheltered community, but I never had to worry about the things that they did. There was never lockdown drills. There was never, I mean, there were violence in schools. But my mom never sent me to school with a rock in the pit of her stomach, hoping that that wasn't the day that something bad happened. You know, just the substances that are out there for them now are way different. When I was in school, it was alcohol, you know, and then you had some kids that smoked, but they weren't really. That was it. And now you have kids. You have to worry about your kids going and getting hooked up with fent just from smoking. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to wake up every day and be part of the solution and not part of the problem. That's all we can do, right? And again, recap, don't give a rat's behind what anybody else thinks about you. I mean, unless it's your boss. You kind of got to care what your boss says. But other than that, it doesn't matter. What's that saying? Is it Dr. Seuss? The people that matter don't mind, and the people that mind don't matter. In a nutshell. And it took me almost 50 years to figure this out. You've got to live your life that way. You've got to wake up every day and do it for you and no one else, because they're not going to get you where you need to be. Only you are. And if you follow that philosophy, you're going to have a better life. You're going to have better relationships. You're going to have better hair. You have better blood pressure. It's just all going to be better. I promise you. I promise you. Well, that's it. I have one more I got to get through school, and I don't know if my heart's going to take it. I'm going to have to start taking some more supplements because, oh man, like I said, my youngest, I'm not going to get lucky that he's going to be the smart, studious one. He's going to be a drummer, and he's going to ride a motorcycle, okay? Not anything against anybody that rides motorcycles, but I'm just giving you an example, a graphic example of the personality differences in my house. So, it's going to be interesting with my little man. So, on that note, I want to thank everybody that came tonight and that watched me and that listened to me kvetch about prices, that listened to me paint nails and tell all my stories. And I will be back throughout the week. I've got another episode of my crime cast that I'm done with that I need to launch. So I will either be launching that Monday or Tuesday. They're just little 15-minute little podcasts, and they go over unsolved cases, some partially solved cases. A lot come out of Michigan that nobody knows. And so, yeah, and then I will try to go live. I don't know about tomorrow night. Maybe Mondays are kind of hard for me, but I will try my hardest. If not, I will be back on Tuesday. So you guys have a wonderful night. Well, it's in my neck of the woods. It's Monday now. So have a wonderful Monday, a manic Monday. Get a really good coffee on your way to work. Treat yourself. And peace, love, and claws, y'all. Have a great night. Good night.